Welcome to a video about my portable gaming system. This includes an Xbox Series X and a portable monitor. I know what you're thinking. This video is a parody. There's no need for anyone to take their Xbox Series X outside of their home. But hold on, this video explains why you might want to have a similar portable system for use in or outside of your own home. The product that is central to my portable gaming setup is this screen that's inside here. And that is an Arzopa Portable monitor. And it's actually a concept that I've only recently come across. Like I only learned about portable monitors like 2-3 months ago. Prior to that, I just wasn't aware of them at all. And they are essentially portable monitors without a brain. It's not a tablet, it's not a computer, it's just a portable monitor that can be plugged in to the wall and then plugged into any device that you would like. And you can almost think of it as a laptop screen without the actual laptop. And this one is quite cool because it comes with a lot of connectivity options, and one of them includes USB-C. So for example, my Mac supports audio, video, and power via USB Type-C. So I can just connect the monitor with this cable to my Mac, and that's it. The laptop will power the screen and it would also send all the video, but it also has traditional connectivity via HDMI to mini HDMI, which is quite cool that they've included this in the actual box. There is also a small USB power adapter. It's USB Type-C, so that is for powering the monitor in the event that you don't have a USB Type-C monitor. And then it comes with a dust cloth or fingerprint cloth, and you also get another normal USB cable. And actually, I think this is the one for charging the device or powering it, basically. And this is the one to connect to your device, whether that's a laptop or a Nintendo Switch. So that is like a quick mini unboxing, comes with a manual as well. So now let's have a look at the product itself. The Xbox power lead is a little bit short, and you might find yourself wanting to play the Xbox somewhere that's a little bit far away from a wall plug. So I highly recommend a 3-meter extension cord. So the screen comes in this folio case, which is also a stand. It's really cool that this is included. I'm sure some of you will have purchased iPads in the past and then have had to spend like an additional £50 or $55, like, you know, on a nice case. But this comes included, which I believe is really, really kind. So it's a magnetic smart case. And here is the screen itself. So this one is 15.6 inches. So basically like a standard size for a laptop. The screen is matte. It's relatively thin. Yeah, it's probably double the thickness of a normal laptop monitor. And here you can see 2 USB inputs, one for powering it and the other one for connecting to a computer. That's the mini HDMI port, speakers, and that's a rocker for volume or brightness, and 3.5mm input jack. And then there is another hardware button as well. And the way to fold it up is like this. Funny trying to do this one-handed. And there you go. That is the screen. And here we can take a good look at what it looks like on its side. I would say that the stand is sturdy-ish. Well, it's magnetically secure, so I'm trying to rock it and upset it. It's reasonably sturdy. Oh, there it collapses. So it's definitely not a screen that wants to be harassed. There are no VESA mounts at the back, which is a bit of a disappointment. But it's to be expected because it's not meant to be mounted. Because, I mean, after all, this is all about portability. It's like open your bag, pop it up, use it as a screen for your Switch or as a second screen for your laptop, and basically getting on with it. I have used it for a couple of days. And it's really comfortable to use. Like I've gamed on it for about 90 minutes with no issues at all. Brightness and screen quality, I would say, is adequate. It's as expected. I mean, I have an LG C1, so I knew that this screen is not going to be anything like it because it doesn't have HDR or Dolby Vision. So the colors don't pop anyway, like even remotely as close as what they do on my OLED. But I'll think that the quality is comparable to that of a maybe £300 laptop, like entry level ish, just like above entry level, which is fine because again, it's not my main screen. It's just a portable screen to use when I am away. So therefore, it's important to have the right expectations. I paid £119 for it, which I'm really happy about. And also the good thing is that if I don't use it for the Xbox, it can be used for my Switch or anything else. It's 1080p. And there are 4K variants as well, but I think one of the benefits of the HD, the 1080p ones, is that they are kind of low power consumption, which means that they can be powered by your laptop or a normal like 10 watt USB adapter, versus I think if you have the 4K version, you need a 30 watt power brick. Not power brick, it's actually like a charger that is actually included, but I think the 1080p one is the sweet spot in terms of price, value, etc., because the 4K one is double the price, but it's still worth paying. If you play games like Flight Simulator or other games with a lot of small fiddly things on the screen, then I definitely recommend buying the 4K version, especially if you're planning to use the screen a lot, as in many hours in a day. Then I think spending a little bit extra on the 4K version might be sensible. When considering a portable system, two of the most important questions to ask yourselves are, can I transport it comfortably? And secondly, can I transport it securely and safely as well? And that's when you need to think about a bag. And this is the bag that I use for my portable system. It's actually a purpose bag for the Xbox Series X, and I'll show you exactly why. However, it's very flexible and versatile as well. So should you want to use it for other things that do not include an Xbox, then you can always use it to carry a PS5 in there, or even use it for like lots of other things, whether that is clothes and yeah, anything random. So let's get into it. Let's check out where the Xbox lives. And the Xbox lives down here. There is a dedicated door for the Xbox. And let's open up to check out its compartment. And as you can see, it's a compartment for the Series X where it fits very snugly. That section is padded. And it's basically precisely made for the Series X, not the Series S or Xbox One. So therefore, if you buy this bag for the Series X, you will know that it's going to sit in there like really securely, and it's not going to be sloshing around. And then you also have another compartment here, and that's where I keep the power lead. And on the front flap, there is a compartment where I keep the HDMI, mini HDMI to HDMI cable. And then at the top, you have another compartment. So it's basically split into two compartments, and they are divided by kind of like a flap that's secure with Velcro. So if you want to remove the flap inside there, you absolutely can, and that means that you have just a single huge vacuum in there, and it's actually large enough to sit a Series X upright. And towards the side, you have two compartments. And here, see, I've been able to fit a Blu-ray movie in there. And then I have a power bank there and a USB-C Type-C cable. And if you look towards the other side, there is an identical compartment there. And this one here is actually split into two. So that's great for like memory cards or anything like that. And similarly, I've been able to fit a full case there of a CD. So in this case is Cyberpunk. So this is basically to show you that you can fit games here towards the side. And then if we look in the top compartment, there is a massive void. And I got two controllers in there, standard Xbox controller, and then I also have a child controller. But this space is so big that I can probably fit my Flight Simulator joystick up here as well. And there's probably space for about 6 or 8 controllers in here. So it's really cavernous, and there is also a bit of a mesh here if there's anything that you want to fit a bit more securely, maybe games. Yeah, I pretty much, I don't know, socks, bandanas, basically anything there. So it's really generous. Like, it is a really big and spacious bag. And I bought this for £47. So that's roughly 50 euros or $50. And then if we look towards the back has kind of like a secret or safe compartment. I mean, I call it secure and safe because it will be facing your back. So if you have anything really valuable, then it can be kept here, and you know that no one will be able to open that zip without you knowing. And if we open it up, that's where I keep the portable monitor. It's 15.6 inches. And it fits in there very neatly. And there are 2 compartments in here, so I can even fit a laptop here or an iPad. Like, it's a very big bag, very well considered. And if I have a Switch, which I do, it can also fit in here somewhere. So it's a very generous bag. And this is padded. The shoulders are padded, but like with any bag that you have, don't overload it, because if you overload it, then you might find that the straps might eventually start to potentially break, or that your back might break, which is even worse. So I would still say that although it's very spacious, like, don't overload it with much more than a laptop, Series X. Like, don't start putting in like a full water bottles, cans of beans, or anything like that. And also the Xbox compartment, it is padded towards the side, bottom. The corner and edges are padded, but not that much. So I would still be careful for the Xbox not to get knocked. Luckily, it's very durable because it doesn't have any kind of loose or dangling parts that are, pretty much fragile. So it can probably take a bit of a beating, but you still need to be careful with putting the back down gently rather than just dunking it down. So it's mainly like a bag for carrying your whole setup, maybe from your house to your car, or wearing it for like 10 to 15 minutes, because it's still heavy. It's definitely still heavy, but it's amazing. It's very incognito. There is actually a variant here that has like Xbox greenish zips all around. Like, it's really punchy, but I didn't want that one because I don't want to attract any negative attention if I'm walking out and about and someone notices them. I think, those are Xbox colors, I wonder what's in there. But this is like super incognito, and being able to carry it securely on my back is absolutely amazing, because then I can kind of load other stuff into the car, knowing that the Xbox is with me and that I'll be the person to load it into a car before I step in myself. So that makes it a lot better than having a shoulder bag. That's a lot more uncomfortable to wear. So I highly recommend it. Really good bag. And yeah, I'm thrilled. This portable gaming system is handy whether you're in your own house, outside in a public place, or at someone else's house. Picture this. It is Easter and you have been invited to a family gathering. You've all eaten, you're all happy, and everyone is chatting away. chilling on their phones and all happy, and you're quite exhausted. You've eaten a lot and you've had a long journey, and you just excuse yourself. You go upstairs and you've brought your survival snacks like a gallon of water and a bag of popcorn. You brought your Series X with you. You can't play it downstairs on the TV, and there are no rooms available where you can play it, but you discover that there is a hallway with a wall socket, and you think, that's a perfect place to set camp. And what's great about the Series X setup with the portable monitor is that you can generally play it anywhere. Anywhere there's a socket, and for you to sit on the floor, lean your back against something, you can play there. Like, unlike a gaming computer or laptop, you don't need a desk and you don't need a table. So it's very versatile, and it only takes, less than 2 minutes to set everything up. And I could even be quicker than this, but I just took my time, did it all nice and gently. And so it's not really a gimmick. And even within your own house, if you have children or a partner who's watching something on the main TV that you would use for your Xbox, you can just excuse yourself and go to anywhere within the home, plug in the Xbox and start playing. And this could even, include putting the portable screen on your bedside table and start playing that way. It's truly versatile, and there's hardly any noise coming from the Xbox either. It's super silent, and you can also play and enjoy it with headphones as well, or you can use the built-in speakers. So what is it like playing the Xbox using this screen? It's a 1080p monitor. The image quality is satisfactory, is more than adequate, and it's never going to compare to my LG OLED or the screen on my iPad, etc. But it's good, and I'm pleased, and it's a trade-off that I'm really happy about. And the viewing angles are decent, and the colors are good, and the frame rate is great. It's up to 120 frames per second. So playing games like Fortnite is enjoyable, and I've at times even played on the screen for 2-3 hours in one go in my own home, in a cafe, but also in a different home, and it's great. Brightness is good as well. It's reasonable, 300 nits. However, it's not a great screen if you are sitting close to a window or an extremely brightly lit room. And neither is it the best screen if you are playing games that are incredibly dark. But that's where you need, like an OLED TV. But it is brilliant for what it is. It is not my main. It's not my main monitor, and I'm not judging it as that. It's my spare monitor, and that's the best way of looking at it. And in this case, portability and convenience is a lot more important than outright performance. One important piece of advice if you have an Xbox and you use it with a non-HD monitor is to switch off HDR and Dolby Vision, or else the Xbox will send that signal to the monitor and you will end up with washed out colors. The ultimate test for my portable system is to take it out into the public, and that's exactly what I did. I took it to a cafe, and it was a beautiful day, and I decided to take the Xbox with me, have breakfast there and lunch as well. And I made sure to arrive there reasonably early in order to get a good spot and basically a seat with a wall socket nearby. And that's exactly what I got. And setting it all up was very easy, and I was able to contain my setup to just one table. So I wasn't one of those people that hog 2-3 tables with their laptop, notepads, and all of that. And what's good about the Series X and the portable monitor is that you can choose how you want to set it up. You can either use the Xbox standing vertically and with the monitor on the table, or you can choose my preferred layout, which is to lay the Xbox down horizontally and place the monitor on top of it. I think that makes for a very comfortable viewing experience, and surprisingly, the Xbox was quite inconspicuous there. There was actually a gentleman there who had his 12-inch iPad Pro. And if you saw both of us, you wouldn't think that I was there with my Xbox. It blends in really well with it, with its black color, and it's very silent as well. And yeah, it works out in public, like it works out really great. And I was also happy to learn that it's very easy to connect to a public network with the Xbox, especially public Wi-Fi networks that require you to go onto the browser and put in your details, etc. All of that worked beautifully, and I was happy to happily game for 2-3 hours. The monitor was powered using a Juice 3 power bank, and when I started my session, there was about 52% of battery left. And when I stopped playing after 3 hours, there was only 16% remaining. So therefore, you can easily see that a small power bank is sufficient to power the monitor for like a reasonably long gaming session, which is great. And you might be asking, is the system heavy to carry? Well, it's definitely not light. It's not something you would want to backpack across Machu Picchu with. However, it's not really that heavy if you just want to move it between your house and a car, and between your car and a cafe, etc. So I would say that it's manageable for about 10-15 minutes tops, but it's not something that you should want to carry with you every single day for hours. This brings us to the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please fire away any questions in the comment section, and I will be happy to reply.